As if going to a Discord server full of flat earthers every week wasn't bad enough for my mental health. I'm doing this as well. Welcome, everybody. You know you should be dancing. Awesome to see so many of you here. Totally stoked for a night of fun. Oh yeah.
We're living on a disk, floating through space, with a tiny sun.
Hey, I'm FTFE and welcome back to the channel that does to stupidity what Homestar Runner did to the sanity of Strongbad. If you don't know who Homestar Runner or Strongbad is, I pity you, and you obviously missed out on the heyday of Flash animation. Go and check out homestarrunner.com, you will not regret it. So tonight, I've been invited over to Brother Sanchez's, Bro Sanchez channel to answer some questions about the globe. So, you know, kind of standard fare, not having any evidence of the Earth being flat, just answering questions about the globe that they could probably find with a quick Google search. But anyway, let's go and do that. Brother Sanchez is generally quite an amicable guy to talk to. He can bring some other people on and it can get a bit hectic, but let's go and have some fun. We're already in a Zoom call, so I'll unmute myself. Hello, Brother Sanchez, how you doing? He's probably just starting his show as well.
Peace, can you hear me? I had to just go ahead and turn my, hold on a second here. Yeah, I was still doing an introduction over on my side. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Thank you for inviting me back on. I hear you loud and clear and I see you all good. So thanks for having me back on. I'm happy to come and have a discussion. I generally find the discussions I've had with you have been amicable, not complete dumpster fires and people screaming at each other, which I tend to enjoy. So glad to come and chat.
Hey, appreciate that. Let me just say this to the people on my end. We are starting the show at this time. I told y'all that we would be started within 5 minutes. I know that we were late, but guess what? We here. So we ain't worried about that. Just to the people on my end.
Yeah, I apologize for that. That's my fault. I was just getting my kids to bed and stuff, and that can sometimes take a bit longer.
Yeah, things happen. But we was able to make it happen. They were saying he's gonna bail out. He's not gonna show. I said, nah, he's gonna show.
I'm FTFE. I don't bail out.
Yeah, man, that's what I was saying. One thing I know is Craig ain't gonna bail out of no debate. So one thing I want to say before we start is yeah, I definitely wanted to question you about the globe. I know that I was over in your chat room and you know, people were saying what the poll is about how much evidence for flat earth will I present. Well, I didn't really intend to show up today, and because I got like
that's
so
more of a
many
joke, to be
videos
honest. Just so you know, that's kind of just an in joke on my channel.
You know what? Well, I won't even waste time dealing with it, man. But salutes to everybody. The thing is, I just got so many questions for the globe, and I think that I have no problem saying that I'm honest, right? I don't have a lot of answers, but I have a lot of questions when it comes to heliocentrism. I don't think heliocentrists have a lot of answers, and I think that one honest thing about science, even though I don't agree with it all, is that it admits we don't got all the answers. You know, it's not like religion, where religion says we got all the answers. Science is always trying to figure things out, and things can change. And
that's the great thing about science, is that, you know, science is happy to say, you know, we don't know all the answers. This is the current best explanation that we have. But, you know, in a couple of years, in 10 years, in 100 years, in 1,000 years, there might come along a better explanation that explain things better. You know, and you see that in the kind of the conversation around Newton versus Einstein. You know, it's not really different things. It's just science advanced and came up with a you know, what was a better and more accurate explanation. And I think that's a great thing about science, is that, you know, we don't claim to be all-knowing, just we give the best explanation we have with the evidence that's presented.
Okay, so with that being said, I do want to start off by asking you a couple questions about cameras. Now, you may say, why are we here talking about cameras today? I'm going to segue into where I want to go with this. The camera that took a picture of the blue marble, do you know how many frames per second it was? Can we?
Well, that was it wasn't a video camera. It was a single shot. It was a Hasselblad camera, just like a basic, you know, camera with a you know, a film. You know,
up on your screen share just to show them. I want to show a lot of this stuff because I want to have this going to be deeper than a debate. This is going to be a serious discussion about some of the problems that I think got some people on the flat earth side, got some people hooked to the globe side, but a lot of people are in the middle, Craig, is what I'm finding today, that these debates don't really make a person a flat earth or a globe earth. It just make them question. It ain't even about the flat earth and globe earth. I think some of the questions where I'm about to lead to today, you'll see where I'm going in a minute. And thank you for being patient. What I'm looking for now is the specifications for the Apollo 17 spacecraft camera. Maybe you can help me pull some of those up. I really want to talk about this because this is going to be like the foundation for today's
what questions
segment.
Do you have about the camera specifically?
I got it. I got it right now. So it was doing 10 frames per second. 10 frames per second. All right. Now, the reason I'm pulling up these specifications, and like I said, I was going to segue somewhere today. The camera that took a picture of the blue marble, the technology back then, it was 10 frames per second.
But again, now, it wasn't a video. It wasn't recording in frames per second. It wasn't a video camera. It was just like a single shot camera. It wasn't recording in frames per second like a video camera.
Right, I was pulling up the specs though, and it was just saying
of the Hasselblad camera that took the shot of the blue marble, or you know, there was lots of cameras involved in the Apollo 17 mission.
Right.
That particular camera.
With this, can you help me with this and pull up some of the specs so we can be accurate here? Because you're right, we want to be accurate on this. So we want to actually see.
Oh.
Just a few of this.
This is what it looks like.
Because this is going to be important. Okay, cool. And that, okay. And what exactly, can you give me some data on this spec? So, looking it up now?
It was a 70mm Hasselblad camera with an 80mm lens. And it was just a standard Hasselblad camera. Nothing really altered to it. Nothing, you know, nothing special. Just a bog standard 70mm Hasselblad camera with an 80mm lens on it that, like old school cameras did, took the light in, imprinted that on something, which you then developed later in a dark room. That's it. You know, it wasn't any kind of special camera. It was just a bog standard camera.
Okay,
I mean, there were like, you know,
I haven't
slight
made
alterations added to
I
it for the
haven't-
mission, but
go
you
ahead,
know,
go
it
ahead.
wasn't anything like special. You know, it wasn't like, you
Uh-huh.
know, some super advanced technology. You know,
Yeah, that's my point. That's my point because it took the picture from 18,000 miles away. And that picture, I mean, it's better than the phone I got today during that time. And I was trying to look at the zooming capabilities. That's all I was saying. And then we can work our way to
I mean,
where
it
I was
didn't really
gonna
zoom.
segue
It,
with
it
this.
just, you know, put the whole Earth in the frame. Let me bring up the blue marble. I've actually got it on here. I mean, they also did it a couple of missions before. You know, that was just kind of the big famous one. They used the prime lens, the no zoom, and there you go. This was the shot that they had. Although this is altered, to be honest. It actually, when they took the picture,
It was altered.
yeah, but I'm going to explain to you how it's been altered. The only
I
way
know how it was altered,
the
but you
only
can
way
go ahead, though.
it's been altered. Oh, let me just bring up the right one.
But can you also explain why the need to alter it and not give it to us as is?
Well, this picture that you see in general, right, it is altered.
Mm-hmm.
But the only way it was actually altered was... Oh, crap, why won't it go? Here we go. Like this. This is what it looked like when they took the picture. Because that's the orientation that they were in. So for them, Antarctica was, you know, at the top. There isn't really a top or bottom. But when they took the picture, that's how it looked. And then the alteration that has been made for you know, in general for everyone to see is you see it like
Gotcha.
this. And the only reason they
Okay.
did that is because this is the image that everyone has in their head of the Earth. This is more recognizable, right? You know, but that is literally the only alterations that were ever done to this picture is that it was the other way around.
I got you. Thank you for that. And also let's because I want to tie all of this stuff in together, right? Now, we want to agree right now on how fast let's talk about the ISS for a minute. I've been looking it up, right? And what I keep coming up with on how fast the ISS is going, it says that, let me pull it up again here. I just had it open. All right. So the ISS is traveling at 18,000 miles per hour.
Approximately 17,000 miles per hour, yeah.
Well, 17,500 miles,
Yeah,
approximately. So it's in the so I just round that off to 18,000 miles per hour. Now the thing is this, and maybe I need to start my screen share now.
Obviously, the thing you need to understand is important with that is that it's
I
relative.
Done nothing yet.
It's 17,000 miles per hour relative to the surface of the Earth.
Well, that's you got to just let me go where I'm going here.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So okay, so the ISS, this image here is going 18,000 miles per hour. These are images that they're giving us of the ISS, right? We see satellites. I'm sorry. We see astronauts working on the ISS all the time. They're hanging on it, like similar to stuff like what we see here. You know, they're fixing on the ISS. You know, they're on the inside. We see this all the time. And it's just hard for me, and maybe you guys can joke on me all you want, but it's hard for me to believe, right, that this arm that he's tethered to is moving at 18,000 miles per hour. And that's how because I've seen people get dragged by, hold on, let me finish. We want to do this right. Yeah. I'm gonna wrap it up. I've seen people get dragged by cars going less than 100 miles per hour. And just, I mean, I've been on a merry-go-round going 10 miles per hour. I know the effect. I mean, we really saying that this instrument that he's tethered to is going 18,000 miles per hour, and a bullet travels at 2,000 miles per hour. A bullet.
Yeah.
Greg, help me understand it. I'm not debating you. I'm just trying to learn from you.
So, right. What's important here is understanding things like the conservation of momentum and what the astronaut would actually be experiencing in space, okay? Right, so you're showing this picture of the arm on the ISS with an astronaut on it. And the thing is that that arm and that astronaut and the ISS are all traveling at the same speed. And there is no air in space to drag him back. So there's no reason why he would be getting dragged behind it. There's no force to push him the other way. All motion is relative. To him, the ISS isn't traveling at 18,000 miles an hour. To him, it's traveling at 0 miles an hour because he's traveling the same speed as the ISS. He was in the ISS whilst it was traveling that speed. He went out the door. He didn't lose that speed all of a sudden. He still got that speed that the ISS imparted onto him, because he was in it. There would have to be a force applied in the other direction to cancel that, that momentum. Newton's first law. So there's no reason why he would be getting dragged behind it. Yeah, if you're on a merry-go-round or you're getting dragged behind the car at 100 miles an hour, there's going to be friction and stuff that's pushing you the other way. That's a force acting in the opposite direction. In space, there is no force in the opposite direction. He's traveling the same speed as the ISS, and there's nothing that would stop that.
Okay, I'm gonna look into that. Thank you for that answer, and I'm taking notes. I'm gonna go look into all of this. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna allow you to, give me whatever answer you want. And like you said, we're gonna have many meetings. I put episode 1 in my title just to let them know there are gonna be plenty more.
Yeah, I'm happy
so
with that.
how's my audio again on my side? Can y'all drop a 1 if my audio is good? Go ahead.
You sound good to me, audio-wise.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so I just also want to bring up the fact that I've been researching some of the most advanced cameras. And I remember there was a time where if you tried to take a picture of anything moving at a certain speed, Craig, this is what you'll get with some of these older cameras. If you was driving in a car trying to take a picture outside the car, you just get a blur because of the movement of the car. The camera can't process this in time. We understand. But what I wanted to say was that technology has changed. But the question I want to ask is how advanced has technology gotten? Because we just created a camera that can record and take a picture of a bullet in motion. And that camera is so expensive. And it's nothing better than it in our world. And it's just now able to record a bullet and take a picture of a bullet. Now remember, the bullet's going 2,000 miles per hour. And on Earth, this camera is really the best we got in the camera department, and it's gonna break your pocket just to record that bullet, take a picture of that bullet. I want to know what camera they use to take pictures of the ISS moving at 18,000 miles per hour and not get a blur. Also, the camera that took a picture of the blue marble. Remember that the Earth is hurling through space at what speed again? Like 67,000. I'm not going to guess it. We can look it up. But I just want to know, how do we get rid of this blur effect that I always tend to get when I try to take pictures of these fast-moving objects? And just simple questions.
How much do you know about like shutter speed and relative motion? Because you're kind of like mixing up a lot of things here.
Well, I'm just asking questions for real.
Yeah, I mean,
have
like,
the answers.
When you take a picture of the ISS from the ground, you're like 300 miles away from it, so it's really far away. So it's not going to appear to be moving very fast relative to you. And also shutter speed is a thing. You can set different shutter speeds to be able to take pictures better with fast moving objects. I mean, I've been watching the slow-mo guys for like about 10 years on YouTube with their amazing cameras. Also, when they took the picture of the Earth from Apollo 17, again, they still had the relative motion of the Earth with them. They weren't then traveling completely separate to the Earth, like the Earth having its 66,000 miles per hour tangential velocity around the sun. They on the rocket, they also had that motion. Then they've also got a separate motion that they put into effect to go towards the moon. which is also traveling around the sun with the Earth. It's all relative motions, you know. It's hard, you know. It's hard to break it down without sounding like I'm trying to be, you know, mean to you. But it's very basic physics of relative motion and things being far away and close up.
Well, listen, don't hold back, because today my experiment is to become a child again and quit acting like I know everything and try to learn from my globe Earth brother Craig here. Maybe that's the problem, you know. Maybe next show I can turn it up a bit and start pushing back a little bit. But today's show, I want to take this approach just to pick your brain and see how you come to understand the globe and some of the problems that I know a lot of people have with it. We're going to see how you address those. And are you doing good so far? You doing good?
I would research what the terms relative motion mean and what shutter speeds are on cameras. And I think just doing that kind of research would answer those questions. You know, like you can be in an airplane, right? You know, traveling at 500 miles an hour. And you can take a picture of the ground just fine. There's no blur. Right? You still there?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Yeah. So yeah, like I said, so you agree you can take a picture from an airplane of the ground, and it's not going to be all blurry, even though relative to the ground, the airplane's going pretty fast.
But listen, my argument to that would be because the ground is stationary, it's not in motion. Now, if you try to take a picture of a moving object, that's why I said a bullet, right? That's my problem. The ISS is in motion. The things I'm asking you about, they are in motion. They are not stationary.
Yeah, but think about it. If you're on an airplane, relative to you, the ground is in motion, right?
Listen, let me finish saying what I'm saying, and you can have the mic. Just let me finish here. When I say that the ground is stationary, obviously that's coming from a flat Earth perspective. You believe that the Earth is spinning. That's why I'm trying to ask you these questions about the motions.
I understand your point, but even on a flat Earth, right? That you would be able to have relative reference frames. Okay, so we could consider the aeroplane as stationary, and then relative to the aeroplane, the ground would be moving 500 miles an hour. But conversely, if you considered the ground as stationary, the airplane would be traveling 500 miles an hour. It's just about what you consider to be the rest frame. So the fact is that if you are on the airplane, to you are stationary. You're not the thing moving. The ground is going by at 500 miles an hour. But you can still take a photo of the ground, and it's not blurry. In the same way, though, right?
Okay,
I can take a photo of. One second, let me finish up.
Real quick question.
Let me finish up 1 sec. I can take a photo of an airplane that's traveling 500 miles an hour, and the airplane isn't blurry because it's really far away. You know?
Right. Now let me just say this: 500 miles per hour is really incomparable to 18,000 miles, and when we start talking about 2,000 miles per hour, right? So, for example, if I was riding on top of a bullet that was going 2,000 miles per hour, and I tried to take a picture of the Earth, or if I tried to take a picture from that bullet, I would see this blur effect from the environment around me that may be moving way slower or may not be moving at all, just as you mentioned.
Depends how you took the photo.
Arguing. Listen, hold on, let me finish. I'm not making an argument against none of that. My argument is questioning the Apollo 17 spacecraft camera, because if these were the same speeds that this camera was happened to address during its time, that our highest technological cameras is struggling with in our time, I want to start to now magnify this awesome technology. I don't think this Apollo 17's camera get enough props. I don't think it get its flowers, right? So I really want to go on.
It's just a Hasselblad, dude. Like it wasn't that special. And again, you're not understanding
Yeah,
relative
hold
motions.
on.
You know,
You just let me go ahead and say this last sentence so you don't have to cut in and cut off. When you say that this camera is not special, I beg to differ. I think that I'm not a globalist, but to me, that's kind of disrespectful to your scientists and to NASA and to everybody. It was
but
very
it wasn't.
special because
NASA
it was,
didn't make the camera.
Hold on. They used it though. They used it. Listen to what I'm saying. I know you got a problem with interjections, but let's try to do this the right way today. The point that I'm making is this. I know you don't want to have a conversation about the camera specs. Let me show people what's going on.
I'll show you the camera specs now if you like.
Hold on. Can you stop cutting me off, or I'm just gonna have to end it? I'm
Sorry.
I just can't do this.
I apologize.
No,
I'm just saying I can show you the specs now.
I don't want to keep yelling in my house and stuff, and people think that it's kind of, I got children, things going on, people sleeping and stuff. Yeah,
I understand. I'm just saying I can show you the specs if you like right now.
I know you can, but I would just like to speak right now and not uninterrupted, if that's okay.
Okay, please go ahead.
Okay. So the point that I'm making is this, and I'm addressing people on my side. I want to point out to y'all what's happening. He's got to downplay the technology. So much for his spirit of patriotism. He's got to downplay the technology because he don't want to deal with it. I'm not even debating him. I'm genuinely asking him questions about the technology that was used and the speeds that this technology had to process and deal with. I'm not satisfied with the answers. And I said, I'm impressed with the camera that could achieve such a feat back in those days. We didn't have a camera that could take a picture of a bullet or any of that back in those days, but yet this camera dealt with speeds faster than a bullet. And I just want to find an explanation for this. I want to know, you say you got the camera specifications, let's pull them up. That's what I was asking earlier. This is not a debate. This is you teaching me how great American technology is and the specifications.
I don't know if Hasselblad was American, actually.
Let's go. Well, it doesn't matter. I just want to give props.
It might have been. I'm not entirely sure though. I mean, a lot of the technology wasn't American, but I mean, it was just a Hasselblad camera with a ZS Sonner 250mm lens.
Zooming capabilities.
Well, it had like prime zooming capabilities. It didn't really have zoom. That wasn't something it did.
So what I want to know is, okay, go ahead. Go ahead with the specifications. I'm interrupting you.
Lens focal length of 250mm. Film type basic Kodak 2485, very high speed camera. That film. Again, there's nothing particularly special about the technology. It wasn't some super secret technology. There were slight alterations made so that it could be used easily on the mission, but there's nothing incredible about the technology of the camera. It was just a bog standard camera.
Okay, yeah. So I think what I'm saying is so incredible about it is that it recorded an Earth that's moving 67,000 miles per hour. To me, I think that's impressive.
But
I think if you got a camera that can, I think to me that's impressive for the time.
No, but it wasn't traveling that fast. I mean,
because think about this, right? The Earth is also rotating at 1,000 miles per hour. That camera did not get not one blur. That camera didn't get a blur. If you look at that blue marble picture, let's pull it up. That's a pristine photo, and it has no blurring. I got a phone today that can't take.
Okay, can I respond
like
to part of that?
Yeah, sure. All I'm saying is this: the Earth is rotating at 1,000 miles per hour, and the camera that snaps the shot of it back then didn't get a blur. And I can show you where the camera get the date. Taking a picture of like a fairground ride that's moving at a couple of miles per hour or something like that. But yeah, go ahead.
So you keep going saying, but the Earth was traveling at 66,000 miles an hour, but it wasn't. Not relative to the rocket. The rocket was traveling with the Earth. that 66,000 miles an
Oh,
hour
wow.
that is a tangential velocity around the Earth, the rocket has that as well. So it's like, imagine the bullet that you keep talking about, right? But imagine the camera traveling the same speed as the bullet and taking the photo.
Wow.
That's the point here. It's all about relative speeds. The camera isn't going a different speed to the Earth. It's going the same speed as the Earth. It's not going a separate 66,000 miles an hour. The rocket ship that was going from the moon to from the Earth to the moon also has that tangential velocity around the sun that the Earth and the moon have.
So let me get this straight. Long as the speeds matched, we can get around the blurry effect is what I'm gonna simplify this to.
Why?
But my
There
thing
wouldn't be
is
anything
like,
blurry.
Okay, right. I understand that, but what I'm saying is like when the ISS is moving at 18,000 miles per hour, the Earth is moving at 67,000 miles per hour, rotating at 1,000 miles per hour. Those
Relative
are
to
three
what?
different speeds just right there. You
The-
can't.
yeah, but
So if you saying
relative
that
to
this,
what,
wait a
though?
minute, let me talk now. Let me talk now. You can't just keep saying relative and make this problem go away. So just let
Well,
me finish.
I'm just trying to understand what you're saying.
Hold
when
on,
you're
wait a minute.
saying
Wait,
those
wait.
numbers.
You're not being fair, though. I just let you finish. I'm gonna be very quick here. Let me finish, man. So my thing is, you just admitted that if the speeds are matched, we can eliminate the blur effect. I
Relative
just showed
velocities,
you an instance here where the speeds are not matched.
Okay, so the speeds of you gave me a bunch of numbers there, but all those
Right.
speeds are relative to
matters.
what? Okay, so the 1,000 miles an hour that the Earth is rotating, no, it doesn't rotate at 1,000 miles an hour. The equator travels tangentially at 1,000 miles an hour. But that means that in 1 hour, the entire planet moves 15 degrees, right? So let's put the let me put the planet up here, the blue marble, right? In 1 hour, what do you expect to see happen to the Earth?
I've watched live streams, for example, for longer than hours where we've
No,
had
I just want 1 hour,
popcorn.
right? Just 1 hour, bro, Sanchez. Right?
Hold on, just please. This
Wait,
can be quick
this is
if
a
you
question
just let
that's
me-
very specific to my
This
point.
can be quicker. This can be quicker if you
But
just.
I've just
let
asked
me
you a very
finish. I'm
specific
not finna
question
be-
about 1 hour. All right, this is the important point.
And if you just let me, this don't have to be a damn shit show, man.
I'm not saying, but
Like,
I just asked you. I asked you a specific question for a
I'm
reason
saying-
about 1
right,
hour.
but you won't let me answer it though. It seemed like a gun is being put to my head.
Well, yeah,
when
I
you're
just
trying
want
to-
the,
it's like
about
an
1 hour. I
interrogation.
don't care about more hours.
It's like-
I just,
it's like
what
an
do you expect to
interrogation.
happen? Right,
I
I'm
don't
trying to
care
help you
about
understand. So-
what we should care about is respect, Craig.
Yeah, bro, Sanchez.
Like,
so respect would be you
right,
answering the question that I asked you, right?
No, but you're not letting me answer the question.
Right,
If
so
you
the question
ask
is,
someone a
what would you
question and
expect
the moment
to
they
see- right,
start, I know the question. I know the question.
Right,
I know
so
the
what-
question.
let-
I just
right,
want
so
you to-
let's just do this then.
You know
Let me
what,
just
man?
restate
Have
the
a nice
question.
day, man. Have a nice day. Have a
Hey,
nice
bro,
day,
Sanchez,
man.
you don't need to
Have a
rage
nice-
quit, dude. All right, I just want the one question answered. All right, what do you expect to see happen in 1 hour? That's all. Did he just rage quit? He did, didn't he? So what you see happen here is Bro Sanchez constantly talk for ages and ages and ages. And the second I try to give an explanation, he doesn't want to let me. All right. Now I'm asking him a specific question to try and answer his question that he gave me, but he won't let me have that conversation with him. All right. He won't let me actually do that, and then claims that I'm the one that's being disruptive when he has talked about 90% of the time. Oh, he's let me back in.
Act, man, can we try this again?
Yeah, cool.
Can we fucking do this
We
respectful,
can,
man?
right? But respect goes both ways, bro Sanchez, right?
Can I answer the question?
Yeah. Now, okay. Let me ask the question properly.
Wait a minute.
Right?
Just let me say this. When I ask you a question, I be quiet. I take whatever answer you give me. I don't interrogate you. I let you go. I even interrupted you a while ago, and I said, you know what? I'm sorry, my bad. Go ahead with the specifications, because I asked you for that. So why would I interrupt with something I asked you for? So I'm not asking you to do nothing I'm not doing. Like right now, how you're interrupting me. I don't want to feel like this is an argument with my wife or something like that, man. It's just a sit down, man.
I'm not trying to do that, right? But you have to understand that when I ask you a question that's specifically tailored for a reason,
you don't control how I answer it, though.
Yeah, but you went off on a tangent. You didn't answer the question, right?
I only started talking 2 seconds before you cut me off.
Okay, so let's have a reset.
Enough time to go off on a tangent.
Let's have a reset.
I didn't have enough time to go out on a tangent.
Come on, right, dude. Let's have a reset, okay? Right? And
I muted you. You gotta unmute over here.
All right, so let's have a reset. Right?
You didn't give me enough time to go off on a tangent.
Okay, bro.
You cut me off as soon as I started.
Give me a sec. Right, let's have a reset. All right. Is that cool? Right.
Fine.
Right. So let me ask the question again, plainly. Right, and then you answer the question, and we'll go from there. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. What I'm trying to do is have an efficient conversation. All right. And you just need to work with me on that, okay? Please don't get very upset when I'm just all I'm trying to do. All I'm trying to do is move the question forward, right? So the question is, in 1 hour, what do you expect the Earth to do? That is the question. 1 hour. What do you expect the Earth to do?
I expect it to make some degree of rotation, but it's very minuscule, very, very minuscule. Even though we're saying that it's rotating at 1,000 miles per hour, my answer is based upon what I've observed from NASA live streams of them filming the Earth and stuff like that. That's what I'm telling you. My debunk to that, though, is we shouldn't observe it that way. We should see a Earth turning exactly at 1,000 miles per hour, and we should see the 1,000 miles per hour as 1,000 miles per hour. And I know you're going to bring in relative motion and all that, and I'm all ears. Go ahead and explain, because I'm showing you what we see, but I'm telling you why we say that it's Photoshopped and CGI, Craig, because we seen footages where the clouds don't even move for hours.
Okay. So
that's what I'm saying. What we see and what should happen is different.
I'm sorry, I thought you'd finished.
Yeah, I'm finished. Go ahead.
Right. So when you say 1,000 miles an hour, again, the Earth does not rotate at 1,000 miles an hour. That's a tangential thing. Which part of the Earth moves at 1,000 miles an hour? Which part of it?
Okay, let me ask you this. How fast is the Earth rotating? That's what we need to establish.
0.000694 revolutions per minute.
Can you translate that to miles per hour just so we can
No, because you don't rotate in miles per hour. That's not a rotational velocity.
Okay, so then
that's why I asked you.
To you.
Right, that's
hold
why
on, hold on.
Sorry, I was answering the question.
Cut me off again. Because I
was answering the question.
I answered your question. I just want to explain
I was answering yours, but okay, go ahead.
Right. Back and forth, real quick. You're debunking the Scientific American. I can pull up my sources to you right now, and you will see that all of my information is coming from the Scientific American. Now, I wanna answer you. Excuse me. I want to ask you another question.
Wait, Mike, I haven't had my question yet.
Okay.
Right.
All I did was tell you my sources.
Yeah.
Now,
which part of the Earth, right? Looking at the Earth, the picture that I'm showing right now, which part of it do you think is
why can't I get them? You're gonna intercept the mic, and you're gonna go with a question.
I'm sorry, I thought it was my turn to talk. I apologize. I actually thought it was my turn to talk.
No, man, I was in the middle of talking.
Sorry, you went on for quite a while and you stopped, so I assumed it was my go because I've been asking a question.
Man, all I did was tell you my sources. That wasn't a cue for you to cut me off.
You stopped talking, so I apologize.
All I did was tell you my sources. It's called a period. I don't do run-on sentences. I know you talk fast. You from the UK. I'm a country boy, and I'm from the South.
Oh my goodness. Right, so can I ask a question?
Well, I was in the middle of... This is getting confusing.
Yeah, that's the thing. I've been asking my question, and you haven't answered it yet. You've now gone on to asking me questions instead.
The way this works, Craig... Hold on a second. Hold on, Craig. You just asked me a question.
Yeah, and you didn't answer.
About the speed of the Earth, and I answered it. Now, you don't have to accept my answer. You can say
Well, no,
it's
you
not
haven't.
satisfactory. You can say I get a loss on that one. The judges can deduct for
But
my
you
answer.
didn't.
But I did answer you. Now I
Well,
want to
you
ask you
haven't
a question.
answered though. Which part of the Earth do you think is going 1,000 miles an hour? Is the question.
That was not your question though.
It is that's the
Because
whole point of my
because
question.
listen, wait a
Which
minute,
point of
stop. Let
it?
me get the mic a minute because it's listen.
Goodness
I
me,
just answered
this
your
is very
question.
hard
Now
to
you
do.
asking another one. I'm not going to answer your question because you cut me off. Here's the problem that's going on right now. I came here today to ask you questions, and you're cutting me off to take over and ask me questions because you can't answer the questions that
I
I'm
am
asking you.
answering. I'm trying to, but you
Stop.
need to let me talk.
Why are you cutting me off? Why are you keep
Bro, Sanchez, you talk
continuing to
for a
cut me
long
off?
time. Get
I
to the
can't do
point.
this.
Come on. Yeah, he's actually just rage quit. Like, how much does the guy talk? Like, he cut me off whilst I was asking a question and then complains about me cutting him off. Oh, Alright guys, he's streaming, so go over to his channel. Don't harass him, but tell him to send me a new link and to stop hogging the mic. Alright, I'm trying to be decent with him. I'm trying to answer his questions and explain things to him, but he is not letting me talk. Alright, you guys see this, right? Like, if you watch this back, how much has he talked compared to me? You know? If he wants me to give him answers, he needs to work with me. He's going, it should be spinning 1,000 miles an hour, but he doesn't know what that means. I'm trying to explain to him. Oh. I mean, he's literally rage quit from the thing he invited me to because he can't fucking stop talking to listen to the answer. He just wants to fucking monologue. You know what? I'm going to send him a link. Like, I thought I was being genuinely good with him, but literally every time I spoke, like he'd be going on for ages, and then he'd stop, right? So I think, all right, that's a chance for me to now say something so that I can have the conversation. But then as soon as I start talking, but like, stop cutting me off. Like, what the actual fuck, man? Right, let me send him a link. I'm gonna just go to his channel. Sec. No one's racist on my stream. Apparently, they're saying on his stream that I'm racist. I was literally... Right, he's saying that I couldn't answer the questions. I was literally answering his questions. It's hilarious. Oh, what a little baby he is. Sorry, I'm just going over to his channel to tell him to let me back in. Look, he's just like putting piles of shit on stuff on my head right now, like a child. He rage quit because he couldn't stop talking, right? And then now he's just like being let's have a look what he's doing. I'll put it up for you. Like, no one in my chat was being racist. That's a horrible thing to say. Losing? How does he think? Like, he's going, oh, when he was losing. How was I losing? I was just trying to answer his questions. Like, he's complaining about ridiculous speeds and stuff. He just doesn't get relative motion. Like, look at this. Look at this. Look at him. Like, he's talking about me being, oh, he lost, he couldn't answer my questions. Well, yeah, I couldn't answer your questions because you didn't shut up fucking long enough to let me answer your questions, you moron, right? Oh, they timed me out there now. They've actually timed me out. Oh, what fucking babies. Oh, what a coward. Well, there we go. I guess he's not coming back. He's just being a little coward, a little baby. Little coward. Now he's just using the N-word over and over and over whilst calling my chat racist. Well, yeah, there we go. He lost. He ran away. He got like scared of talking to me and cancelled the debate like a little baby. Like, I genuinely would like people to go back through that conversation and look at who was being the one that was talking the most, that was interrupting, that wasn't letting the other person talk, that wasn't answering questions. You see which one that was? And then he went over there and started using the N-word and stuff a bunch whilst calling my chat racist. And then banned me from his channel. Fucking pussy. Brother Sanchez, you're a fucking loser, mate. Guys, well, that was fun. A quick destruction of Flat Earth ignorance. Oh, guys, apparently the Gary bot's broken again, so let's do the super chats and give him a chance to sort his shit out and come back. If not, then, you know, he gets his own episode of Flerfs Idiots. Fire Hearts, Airsoft and More, member for 28 months, says, Happy New Year, can't wait for more fun. Lots of fun on the way, like me destroying a flat earth there. Oh, Gary, I did not interrupt constantly there. I tried to move the conversation forward after he babbled for 10 minutes at a time. He literally interrupted me more than him. Gary, can you honestly say in that video I interrupted him more than he interrupted me? No, not in the fucking slightest. Oh, shut up, Daniel, you po. What are my thoughts on geoengineering? It's a thing. Valkyrie Vision 2.99 for thumbs up, thank you very much. $5 from Lord Luminous Pooh. If you say established titles does not make you a Scottish lord, you're committing the no true Scotsman fallacy. Well, you know. Green Lantern Tomato Chan Kitchen Duty Arc for $2 says, I think I broke the stream again, I'm sorry. No, my internet, you know, it's shit, but I'm getting new internet soon, hopefully. Internet from space. Zach Harrington 499, Sony just released a nano satellite called Starsphere, allowing people to control a satellite and take photos of its orbit without leaving home. Lord Luminous Pooh for $5 says, what do you call it when your brain does the face test but your head doesn't move because it hurts? I apologise for whatever it is. Caucasian Sensation came back to the membership, thank you. And then we got Turing Test 2, who became a scrapper, thank you. String News 1 for $2 says, forget relative density, bro is absolutely dense. Yeah. So basically, the conversation was me trying to explain to him what relative velocities are, and him not understanding and saying that it should be blurry. I mean, and apparently I interrupted. You know? Oh, Gary, no, flat earthers interrupt way more than me, and we know this is a fact. Like, seriously, Gary, you watch this stream and tell me who talked most of the time and who hardly ever got a chance to fucking speak. Draco Fire, member for 29 months, says, how to Flerf 101. Ask question 2, receive answer 3, failed to understand answer 4, repeat question reworded 2, receive answer 3, failed, repeat. Yeah, but then it goes rage quit and insult the other person a bunch. There we go. Not that Luke Perry, member for 2 months, says, typical Flerf, only got questions, never evidence, and never satisfied with the answer. David DeRizo for $5 says, pro photographer here, have an SLR from the 70s that shoots 1/2000th a second. An object moving 80,000 miles would be moving at equivalent of 9 miles an hour during exposure. Yeah. I mean, him not understanding cameras is not evidence of the Earth being flat. Stringer News 1 for $2 says, a conversation is two-way, bros. Yeah, that means actually letting me talk and get my questions out. Albius for $5 says, anger issues. What a control freak. Oh my god. Yeah, absolutely. String News 1 for $2 says, bro, sea lion. Yeah. He's, trying to be nice, but no, you're sea lioning. David DeRizo for $2 says, the guy debates like he's playing Elden Ring. The guy debates like he's playing Elden Ring for the first time. Albius for $2 says, bro, snowflake. Rachbot for $20 says, bitch made in 40 minutes. All hail Craig. All hail Craig. An Industrial Nerd became a member. Hello, Industrial Nerd. One of my favourite pose. Oh, goodness me. Toon, if you're there, do you want to pop in for a sec? If Toon wants to pop in for a sec, I'll have a quick chat with him. If not... Alright, I'm going to try and go in once more and get him to talk to me. Hey, Toon, you there?
Hey, how you doing?
Hiya. Sorry, I'm just listening to Bro Sanchez slag me off over there. That's fun. Right, can you give me an honest opinion there? Was I interrupting him, or was I just never getting a chance to talk?
He is super interrupty. He wants to ramble. He's used to doing 17-hour live streams on his channel. Where nobody interrupts him because he's all alone there.
He just talked and talked.
He didn't want to answer. I think what happened is he realized that he was painted in a corner when he's like, saying that you should expect to see the Earth be blurry, and then you showed him that picture. Like, what do you actually expect? He's like, oh crap.
Yeah,
that's right. It would not be blurry because it actually would move relatively very slow. It would move
by that much.
And he finally asked that. It finally clicked for him, oh, that's a stupid line of reasoning.
Yeah. No, but then he's gone over to his channel.
I might be giving him a little too much credit, though.
But then he's gone over to his channel and he's like, he got destroyed. Couldn't answer my questions about how fast the Earth was going. Well, yeah, you're kind of right, bro. I kind of couldn't answer because you never stopped fucking talking.
It's standard Flerf debates, right? Every single Flerf thinks they wanted the debate, even though they never bring evidence.
No.
They don't have any measurements. They couldn't possibly form an actual hypothesis about how the globe should work. You know, water looks flat when you pour it in a dish. Well, how much curve should you see on the globe? It looks flat. They can never actually do that first step after the rough hypothesis.
No, they can never calculate the conclusions of their hypothesis. Consequences.
Calculate the consequences.
Yeah, they can never do that. They can never get to that phase of actually thinking, well, what should happen if this is the case?
And we know why. No Flerf can do math
or think.
Yeah.
Just in general. I was a bit disappointed with that, right? Because bro's been messaging me saying, we're going to make this a regular thing, but based on what just happened, I don't expect that to be a regular thing.
No, he did the same thing last time. He's like, this isn't a debate. Like, well, yeah, it you know.
Yeah,
sure
he's put it as like a debate on his channel.
Right?
But it amazes me. He's got 1,000 people watching over there. Like,
he has 1,000 people that are stupider than he is.
I know.
It's
incredible.
I mean, when there's 7 billion, 8 billion people on the earth, it's not hard to find the bottom 0.0001% of intelligence and collect them together.
Yeah. No, just remember how dumb the average person is. Then remember that half of the population of the planet are dumber than that.
Yeah.
It's a sad case.
Flerfs are the peak of the dumbest.
Yeah, and I
Flerfs
hold to the fact that
Flerfs watching this
haven't been here.
I mean that. You bring actual intelligence. Go ahead, try it. You never do. No Flerf ever brings any actual intelligence.
No. Or evidence, or experiments, or understanding, or general hygiene. Siggy Sigwell, $20 says, Flerfs don't want answers, they just want attention. The issue here is we love laughing at them, and they love our attention. Well, maybe not Bro Sanchez, he just wanted to monologue and then kick me out. Icy Spin for $1.99 says, when two bulls face off, there's going to be blood. Well, I guess so. Thanks. Siggy Sigwell for $10 says, also, hola Craig, and hola Toon. Hello! Oh, stupid. There's so much of it. Why? It's the reason aliens haven't talked to us. I'm absolutely convinced.
Yeah,
I think maybe there's that stage
the Vulcans
in
are watching, and once we get warp technology, they're going to be like, it doesn't matter. You still have Flerfs.
That's the galactic cutoff for like contact and civilizations is have they got rid of all the people that think their planet is flat? Yes, they can join us. So flat earthers, you're literally fucking holding us back.
Yeah, stop it.
Right, anyway, I'm going to shut up early for the night because, Bro Sanchez ran away. I get to go to bed early. Woo!
All right. Bro Sanchez, you're a sissy.
And how are you feeling, though, after your interaction with Q-Baller yesterday?
Oh, my gosh. He had in the 3 days from when he accepted the debate until the debate happened, he had decided
he doesn't care anymore.
that he was never again going to try to convince anybody that the Earth was flat. Like, well, then why did you even show up?
I know, it was brilliant, and he was literally doing Adele. Though when the only time he talked about his evidence in his video that he's done, he's like, "I poured water on a plate." Sorry, you did what?
Yeah.
It
seemed like he expected everybody in the that was watching to have already watched all of his videos. He seemed to think that I would have watched his videos. Like, well, this is where you bring your evidence.
And he kept talking about me, and he was saying that I was promoting some kind of like product.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
I don't know what product are you promoting?
I don't. Flerf stupidity.
How about this? People watching right now, Craig has a t-shirt shop. Go get some of his t-shirts. Get them for friends. Buy them for gifts for friends. And get 17 of them for yourself.
33.
And another 17 for gifts for a total of 33. And so that we can. I'm just doing this to promote your product, Craig.
Yeah, my product.
There we go.
Although talking about my my t-shirt store, I'd wait a week because in 2 weeks I am launching a whole new line of merch. And the week before, everything that's in there at the moment will be on a half-price flash sale for a week. So if you want to get any of my stuff, yeah. So
Teespring doesn't let you do half price. Which
they let you reduce your profit down to basically zero, which will reduce the amount of the cost of the t-shirt. So at the
what I'm hearing, though, everybody listening along, this is what I'm hearing, Craig, is go get it right now because this stuff is going to be ungettable in the future. So you need to stock up now so that in 2 weeks you can go get the new stuff.
Exactly. Well, Icy Spin 199 says off to Tartaria. Not tonight. I think I'm going to let my brain cells recharge tonight. You know, I'm going back there on Monday with the agreement that they will be presenting me Flat Earth Heaven.
Well, that's so precious.
Could you imagine? Anyway, thanks for coming on, Toon.
To all these people, evidence is I just got questions about the globe. That's it. That's their evidence.
Yeah. Oh, brilliant. Oh, anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. Remember, stupidity is not a right. Fight the Flat Earth.
Fight the flat. Fight the flat. Fight the flat. Fight.
Oh, my goodness me. Oh, wait, my PC's just done a Flat Earth and frozen. Look at that.
Stalled for a second. Did you do the Flerf reset?
Yeah, that needs it all the time. I still can't believe a Flat Earther made this outro for me.
So fun. Did he like basically disappear after you debated him?
Yeah, pretty much. He pops up in my chat every now and then to say he beat me at debate. Good night, guys.